As with any data structure, we want to be able to get some data out of our structure depending on what the requirements of the program is. So here we're going to do some subsetting of a list, and we're going to use this first notation, which is a double bracket notation. And if we run it, we can see that the second element inside the list has been printed out. If we just print out our list, and our list is as such 1, 2, 3, and 4 elements. So the first way is going to print out every single element inside whatever element that is inside the list. If we want to do a subsetting inside the subset, so what that does is, say we have this printout and we want to access only, say, the third to the seventh value. If we run that, you can see that the third to the seventh values have been picked out when we compare to here. So the third value is true, and the seventh value is also true, and it goes from true to true. That's how you can subset inside the vector that you have stored. So there's another method of taking a look at the variables, and you're going to be getting an error when you do this, and I'll be explaining why we get an error. Let's do a dollar notation, and we'll do grades. Now usually this should work, however it doesn't work because, sorry, usually this should work, but it gives us a null value. And the reason it gives us a null value is, in order to be able to use this dollar notation, you have to first name the list. This wasn't the case in our data frame. However, here we have to name our list. So how do you name your list? You use a names function, do lst, and then you assign it some names vector. So this names vector is going to hold the names of the elements that you want to name here. So we're going to add in 4 names. We're going to say grades. The next set of names is going to be booleans. The next is going to be computers. And the last one we can say is going to be our warehouse. Quite simple names to describe the data inside. And once we run that, and then if we do a list and then dollar grades, you can see that the output has returned 98, 97, so on and so on. So what you can do is you can also do the grades, the name, in another way. So you can use this name inside the brackets, and however you have to place your quotes around here. And now if you run it again, the same result has been printed out for us. Now we were talking about subsetting inside subsetting. Say we want to take a look at our warehouse, we can also do subsetting there. So just to get some practice with this subsetting portion, if we do 4, and if then we go and select the third to the seventh rows, and say we want to select the first and all the way to the third columns, we can again do that. So this is a good way of showing you that the subsetting works for both the vectors as well as the data frame that we have stored inside. So that's some simple subsetting practice of this list that we have created, and let's move along to the next lecture.